and we saw people believed to be law enforcement officers stuffing ballot boxes in your country. What do you think they are doing to the people of the country? Is it something, because these are things that are being seen, not behind the scene, but they've been seen in videos, being posted on social media, taking the ballot boxes and putting some areas and all of that. What is it happening, and what do you think is being done to the people of Uganda?
Well, it is very unfortunate. That explains why General Museveni switched off the entire internet, ensure that the world does not get to see that. Now that more happened, it's only the very courageous citizens of Uganda that dared to film all those election irregularities. But there was much, much, much more than that was done by the military. Soldiers on military trucks were going from polling station to polling station, taking all the available presidential ballot papers in favor of General Museveni. It's unfortunate that whoever dared to film that was responded to with bullets or with batons. So it's only a few courageous ones, and sometimes members also of the police and the military, but who love their country more, that dared to film all that we put on social media. But there was much more than that. It's of course unfortunate, very unfortunate, looking at the past chaotic history of Uganda. It would be upon the military to know that a bad election is a precursor to chaos.
Now, let me just give you some reports we get from other African countries, because we have our correspondents across the world. Like for Sierra Leone, you have the government of the country that is after past government officials, like the president, the former president. He's been called in for investigation in terms of corruption. Like in Nigeria, you don't have the cordiality about what the president he goes ahead and do with opposition leaders. Like in Malawi, on today, the citizens are complaining as to
I'm
like in
sorry, if you could repeat again. If you could repeat the question. Very sorry, but my network is being jammed.
Okay. Because I want to ask you a question, but let me repeat again. Like I said, because we have our correspondents in most of the countries around the world, I'm trying to give example of reports we've received from our correspondents. Like in Sierra Leone, you have the current president, Julius Maada has been able to go after past government officials as to a point of calling them corrupt of what they did in government. Like in Nigeria, you don't have the cordiality with the issue about the opposition and the government. Like in Malawi today, we received a report where oppositions, they've been condemned by the citizens of the rejection of taking the COVID-19. In Liberia, when President Weah took over, he called on the opposition leaders, and many of them rejected the call to have discussion. My question to you, Bobi Wine, have you been invited at any point in time to have a reconciliation meeting with the current president of Uganda? It's like we will still have that question, because it's a very good thing. Bobi, you getting us? I'm seeing you, and I'm sure you are seeing us. But you getting us through the audio? Folks, you listening to the program Issues Today, right here on Voice of Liberia, and you need to bear with us. And because Bobi Wine is currently it is currently being.
But I will endeavor to communicate.
Did you get the question?
Sure. If you could repeat just the last part.
So I'm asking you, I made references, and I'm asking you now, have been invited by the president of your country to have a reconciliation meeting?
Thank you. Like I said, we envy some countries that we see as steps ahead of where we are as a nation, Uganda. But again, we get encouraged to know that even countries that have been in a similar situation like we are have gotten ahead. That means we too can get ahead. You rightly mentioned the president, where calling upon people of Liberia to unite, and that's the best thing for Africans to unite. Now, unlike other presidents that have called upon the opposition or people they disagree with for a discussion, unfortunately, while I believe in dialogue, I don't believe in argument. I believe that as African people, we would do better sitting and analyzing the problem of Africa, but most importantly in our context, the problem of Uganda, and then finding a solution. Indeed, our God General Museveni, who said in 1986 that the problem of Uganda in particular, and Africa in general, are the leaders that overstay in power. Unfortunately, the same leader 35 years later does not want to hear the words that he said when he was my age. Now, whether or not General Museveni has called on us for a conversation, certainly General Museveni has reached out to us. However, what we have said and we continue to say is, to what end? You know, right now I am under illegal house arrest. Right now as we speak. Right now as we speak, my entire campaign team of so many people, including my musical partners, are in prison for no reason. They did not commit any crime whatsoever apart from supporting me in a presidential race. Now they are in prison and they're being charged in a military court. Right now as we speak, the military is handpicking all our supporters, all our renowned supporters and leaders, and detaining them and torturing them. All this is being overseen by a man called General Yoweri Museveni. Now, it's the same person that is suggesting talks. It's only free people that negotiate. It's only free people that discuss. You cannot keep your boot on my neck and then you claim that you want us to talk. So it is not merely talking, but it must be to an end. To what end? What are we discussing? Are we discussing freedom? Are we discussing rule of law? I mean, Uganda has laws, and those laws are clear. They should be respected. General Museveni recently came out and said we could discuss so that he could have our colleagues and our comrades freed from prison. We have the law. If they are innocent, why use them as a bargaining chip? For General Museveni, it has not been a discussion of whether or not we should have the rule of law. It has been about co-optation, which you don't believe in. We do not intend to work for General Museveni. There